Hello?
Hello, hello.
Hold on, let me actually open the stream. But hi everyone, this is going to be the set between Team Riptide and Team Hope to Overcome coming up pretty soon. We're gonna be your commentators, myself as Milo, and I'm joined here by Wortley. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good, especially since we're getting to quarterfinals here, day one.
Yes.
I'm excited. Oh, so I didn't know their name was Hope to Win. I thought it was just water.
Hope to Overcome, yeah.
Hope to Overcome. Yeah, I thought it was water.
H2O like the beverage.
H2O. Yeah, like the drink. Yeah.
Water reference.
Well, technically Riptide and H2O are both water-based, so maybe Lakeside tonight. All Lakeside, guys.
Will we see a Lakeside?
Yeah, because we need to see the water, because we are in the ocean.
Water. Oh, yeah.
Water. Anyways, I'm excited today.
I'm
pumped.
super excited.
Good matchups, you know. Also, IJL started, so like it's a comp weekend over here. Did you watch any of the matches yesterday?
I fell asleep way too early to watch any of them, but I watched a couple. I watched a couple when I woke up, and they were pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's very interesting to see because you now see Wendy in pro play now.
Oh yeah.
She hasn't seen the strongest early start to the season, but she's definitely being picked more than Knight was during Koa. So
she's being picked. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think she got picked like 3 or 4 times. Can't remember.
Nice.
At least one per matchup, at least. So, yeah. Plus their double ban system, which I don't know what that really does. I don't know. It's not really.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It kind of exists. Maybe future I don't know. Like it's just kind of.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm so. Oh my god! I just saw your new PNG tuber. That's really cool.
Yeah, it's live Zonk reaction.
I really like that. How'd you come up with that?
Because I am Zonk IDV.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I literally, yeah, that's me, guys.
Yeah.
Shout out to Zonk IDV, aka Bortley B on IDV.com.
IDV.com. IDV.com. It's like a flash game you had to play when you were a kid.
Oh, I mean, like, I swear, if you search up identity, hold on, let me do it right now. IDV.com. Yeah, just send. No wait, what? No wait, no guys, do not do no way, I spelled it wrong. That's why I'm stupid.
Also, we are already heading into the coin flip, and by the results of it, it seems that Team Riptide is going to be choosing to pick or ban the map. So we're just going to be waiting for that really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I searched up the wrong thing.
What'd you search?
I don't like technology. Technology sucks.
Man, screw technology.
This is why IDV is such a perfect game for me. There's no modern technology, right? It's all olden day stuff. We got jetpacks, which we don't even have to this day. But I mean, old technology.
Ye old jetpack.
Yeah, ye old jetpack where it uses the steam. You know, why don't we just make that in real life? Aeroplanist in real life. We just propel ourselves with steam.
I think we should make meteorologist real, because I too would like to shake my bottle a certain way and then fly up into the sky.
But I think that's like more magic. That's
yeah,
not
true.
real.
Yeah, true, actually. I too would like to have a dog that I can stick on people.
Dog.
Dog.
I wish I could
Dogs are real.
Dogs aren't real. But birds are?
Dude, birds aren't real.
Birds cannot be real. Chat. Let's get this one thing clear. Birds aren't real. Like, do we have any bird characters in this game? Nightmare isn't real.
Oh, seer isn't real.
No, owls are like owls. They're not a bird.
They're a different thing?
No.
What?
They're the same thing.
Okay. Okay, so seer is real.
Seer is real.
What was bird?
I don't know. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm just kind of fibbing around, yapping, as they say.
Schrodinger's bird.
But we're gonna see the map ban, guys, and it's gonna be Chinatown.
Hell yeah.
So that means H2O gets to pick their faction.
Or the map first.
Oh yeah, after the maps picking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Wait, no. Oh, still? Oh, I thought it was like the other way. Whoops. Sorry, Lawsy. My bad. British guy told me the proper information. I don't know.
British
Sometimes
guy
these rules get
info drop.
complicated.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. You got this.
Cause like back-to-back tournaments, we've had rule change. I don't know why we've had constant rule changes for like IJL season into like KOA season. They need to have bi-yearly rule changes, not like seasonal rule changes. It's confusing.
Yeah, it would just be like more consistent. However, we're gonna see a moonlit pick, so we're gonna be a round 1 moonlit.
One map to play on. We're gonna see pretty much any hunter on the board because Ivy's not really a round 1 character, so.
Yeah, not so much anymore, but it does seem that Team Riptide is going to be hunting first, so
Yeah.
that's going to be pretty exciting. So it's going to be H2O Survivors versus Riptide's Hunter.
So who do you plan on seeing first?
Like hunter-wise, you mean?
Hunter-wise, yeah. What do you want to see?
Well, okay, well, there's a difference between what I expect to see and what I want to see. What I want to see...
Well, want to see as in what the expected pick is.
Probably like Goatman. I wouldn't be shocked to see like Hullabaloo or like I don't know, like more common like round 2 pick like Opera Singer or something like that. Just because I expect it, but I'm gonna bet it's probably gonna be Goatman. Probably.
I mean, out of the 2 characters, who do you think you're gonna see more? But yeah,
True.
Maybe a devious wax artist coming out.
Ooh, most devious wax artist.
The most scariest wax artist.
The evil and intimidating wax artist.
Do you ever have wax candles in your room? Ever use candles?
I actually did for a while. When I was like a teenager, I never had my light on at all. I always just had like a candle going.
A candle go. Honestly, I feel like candles are more scary than lights. They're so ominous, like.
It's like nice though. It's like relaxing. It's like ambient.
But it feels like I'm gonna put on a seance, like.
Seance.
Yeah, every day I wake up and it's potentially a seance day, you know?
Every day I wake up and I draw my little ritual circle in the sand and I do my little seance.
Okay, but we're getting into the match now. No more seancing. Unless we're projecting our essences.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna see a priestess ban off the gate here.
Potentially. She's the current hover, but I wouldn't doubt if they lock that in. Oh yeah, priestess
and
Wildling.
Wildling, so we're not gonna see a Hullabaloo here because Wildling gets absolutely battered by Wildling, so we're gonna see someone not Hullabaloo. Or maybe it's like a cop-out, but we'll see.
Prize pick.
But it's just an interesting round 1 ban because unless H2O has a known Wildling, it's not really the most secure ban.
Yeah. The first 2 picks are going to be Antiquarian and Aeroplanist. Aeroplanist I expected a little bit more, but Antiquarian is like not uncommon by any means, but like it's like
they're very fair and respectable choices.
Yeah.
Your first picks always.
And that's going to be Mechanic Bando for the 3rd ban, which is honestly fair.
Yeah, I mean this late, they could always pick a decoder.
True.
And she can be picked up, but that's not going to happen today. So we are going to see the first officer pick instead. So
yeah, there we go.
Good pick. So no complaints here.
For sure. He's my personal favorite rescue character.
Mine is Weeping.
Hell yeah.
Hells yeah. But we're gonna see the final ban being.
Oh.
Misclicked a little bit too late on that one. But it was gonna be a seer. And they pick up the seer, so that's a little unfortunate.
Ooh. I'm just like, was that intentional?
I don't think that was intentional,
Probably
but
not.
I don't know if they're. I think they're running it.
Nonetheless, I'm very happy to see Seer.
Yeah, Seer's not a very common round 1 character because he's always banned out.
It's true. He's my favorite.
Now we're gonna see all the traits being picked and whatnot.
Oh yeah. How many no borrowed times do you think?
Well, I don't know. Wildling ban is weird because that doesn't really. Traditional hunters don't really ban them. So I feel like it's gonna be all borrowed times here.
Yeah, true.
The Wildling pick just makes me feel like an opera or something like opera. It's just not a common ban character. So we'll see what they do here.
Yep.
If anything, Seer will probably have no BT and go with a Sui build.
Likely.
And we're gonna see a Feaster. Okay,
No
so
shot.
not a very. I don't think we've seen him at all. So it's fun to see a Haster come out to play. Big old tentacle man.
Wow. That is a sight to behold. I love watching Feaster gameplay, but you barely ever see the guy in comp, like in tournaments and whatnot.
No, because the biggest issue with Feaster is the fact that if he doesn't get a good early game setup with a camp, then he kind of just loses.
Yeah.
So he needs to get a really good down here early. There's a few good chase targets here. Aeroplanus is not a bad chase, but he's probably going to put himself on 4th stop here. And then otherwise, this Feaster has to play such a patient game. And actually, yeah, we're going to see him go 1st stop instead with Antiquarian on 4th stop.
And as for the builds, it's going to be Flywheel Borrowed Time on both Seer and Antiquarian with Borrowed Time Tide Turner on First Officer, as well as Tide Turner and Flywheel on Aeroplanist.
Yeah, and we also do see that the Feaster is going to seek out the Aeroplanist first. Probably the best target because you can stop the Coaster if you're really lucky and also have the right timing on it. So Feaster can really punish him there, and unless First Officer rotates over to 2nd stop and turns it off, then it really sets Feaster back immensely because he has no pressure, no presence, no nothing. So we're really gonna see how this pans out at the end because they got a lot of flywheels. Flywheel's pretty decent into Feaster. Feaster doesn't really stop you a lot, and you know you can usually take out a tentacle and whatnot. Plus, you also got the Antiquarian, which is kind of a nightmare for Feaster in some degree.
Oh god, yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like that gimmick doesn't really help a lot than it was presented as, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Well, all I know is that I'm really excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, me too. This is gonna be the first half of round 1, H2O Survivors versus Riptide Hunter. Let us begin.
Yeah, just loading right in.
Right.
Also sporting that red and gold skin to match the map. But yeah, seems like the Feaster is going to be heading right towards the Aeroplanist, who's at the first stop.
Yeah, and we are going to see a Patroller Feaster this time around. Kind of a normal pick, especially since it is an Aeroplanist. Aeroplanist is a little bit tricky to chase.
Yep.
So if you can stop his rotations, then you're really fine here. So we're going to see that. Tentacle go up by the Coaster to block it. So making it the Aeroplanist has to go to Godkite over here.
That's going to be a Patroller pretty much as soon as it comes up.
Yeah, this is going to be a bad situation for the Aeroplanist because the Aeroplanist can't really mind game the Patroller, so he's going to take the hit no matter what. Going to be a first hit right here.
There we go.
pretty good pressure early from the Feaster here, but he doesn't have any tentacles, so we're gonna be a little bit in a wait here. And he also does have hover, so he can re-rotate out of here if he wants to.
Mm-hmm.
So are we gonna see? Oh, the
Ooh.
early flywheel, and then we're gonna see Owl also spectating as well on the
Oh yeah.
aeroplane. So really, we just gonna see
Oh,
insta
super good
Owl
owl.
into a pallet stun. Not a great
Wow.
situation for this Feaster right now, as he does need to get a down here really soon, especially since he can rotate with the hover.
Really good hover, yeah. Dodging that tentacle as well as making his way back over to first stop. Will we see Aeroplanist? No, probably not going to hop on the tram. No, it's too
No,
risky.
but he
All the
does miss the
tentacles.
tentacle here, but he can't really rotate yet because he does not have the jetpack. But Feaster is kind of just playing it slow here, playing a little too patient. But we're going to see the miss because of the rocket.
Yeah.
Actually, really good play here, but we do see the miss rocket here, so we're going to see a charge impulsive hit here,
There
and
we
it's going
go.
to be the down on Aeroplanist. But that is a pretty late down for what Feaster really needs right now.
Yeah. No, that's a 3-cipher kite from the Aeroplanist.
Yeah,
However,
that's a 3-cipher whole kite, and we're going to see that First Officer is over here as well, and the other two survivors are decoded on the other side. But we're going to see Patroller up as well.
Yep.
So there's, you know, that as well. And then honestly, he can stop. He can actually. Oh, not going to hit here early.
Don't wait for that tentacle yet.
Gonna wait for the tentacle double hit here, and is gonna get the hit, but does it before half. So Aeroplanist still has another rescue to be ahead. So it's gonna be a double down scenario regardless. But
yeah, and Aeroplanist has no resources left. Not even his flywheel is up, so it is just going to be taking that hit with the tide turner and heading into the corner away from all the ciphers as far as possible to just buy as much time as possible, really.
I mean, realistically, it's fine because that he can at least rebound in the next kite because they don't have another tide going. So Aeroplanist can feasibly rebound, or Feaster just has to commit to the other side of the map because the ciphers are very, very far away.
Yeah.
So we honestly might just see a sell here as well, because if First Officer can get up before he gets chaired again, it's a pop into a tie. So, I think so, we're going to see that happening right here as well.
Yeah, because this is round one, keep in mind. Like, getting any amount of survivors out is good on the survivor side of things.
But we are going to see the prime ciphers here, which is not a great position for this Feaster here.
It is.
But yeah, we're going to see the pop right here. So
yeah, there we go.
All survivors are mobile right now, and Feaster just has to commit to someone here to get the tie. Or potentially go for that teleport right here.
Yeah, there we go.
And see who he catches out here. We're going to catch out the Seer. A little bit shocking that the Seer's here instead of the Antiquarian, even though her chair is slower, you still got to watch out for the trump card as well. But Seer here is playing it very well. Still has all of his resources except for the Owl.
Yeah, no, he does have a flywheel up to... Oh no, not gonna get that charge hit.
Yeah, not gonna get the impulsive charge hit.
Feaster has a really good charge hit range, so...
Yeah, but you have to still, you know, use it with discipline, because not all the time are you gonna hit consistent hits. But loses the Seer for a minute here. Kind of just a mistake on the Feaster here, but honestly... Seer can just loop this for forever, and if he wants to take a normal tentacle hit, he can, because there's not really anything punishing him for doing that, right? He can get the damage boost into getting to potentially get dungeon. Yeah,
dungeon, it's not near, but it's also not necessarily far.
It's third stop. That's pretty close by. If he can run straight, and if Feaster really forces him to take a normal... Like, he can't really take a tentacle hit here. Like, he has to do a normal hit down here. So, realistically, Seer just gets away. Yeah. And that's going to be a 3-man out for H2O. Wow.
Wow, that was really impressively played from the survivors, especially that Seer towards the end with that detention kite.
At first I thought the Seer being picked was a little bit of a weird target, but it turned out to pan really well. So... Yeah, that was kind of brutal for Riptide's Hunter here. The Feaster really had to choose, you know, a target, and he ended up committing to the Seer, and the Seer just got the best of him there, and managed to get the dungeon escape as well.
Yeah. But I mean,
great job on the H2O Survivors part for playing that end game super well as well.
for sure. But yeah, we're gonna be heading right into round one, second half. We're just inviting the players in right now. But yeah, that was a pretty good match to watch. You never really see Feaster played in a tournament too often, let alone in round one. And besides that, I was also just excited to see the Seer because, unbiased, it's also, like you said, a pretty uncommon round one pick considering he's banned so often. So that was pretty exciting to see.
Yeah, but yeah, no, the problem with Feaster though is Feaster's is good, but also kind of inconsistent with his, you know, with how slow his tentacles charge and all of that. You know, Survivor counterplay against his tentacles is apparent. So if he doesn't get that really strong early game, as we did see not happening, the early game just didn't happen. It kind of just left it into a state where it was fine that they sold the Aeroplanist because he had nothing else to work with. And the first officer got himself up into a pop scenario without a down, so it just breeded catastrophe for the Hunter side.
For sure.
But we are going to see the next match starting up now. Sorry, I cut you off there.
I was going to say the exact
for me.
Don't worry. I was going to say the exact same
yeah.
thing.
But yeah, we're getting into the match now, and we're going to see the Seer insta-banned here in Puppet as well.
Yeah, not risking anything after that last match.
Yeah, I mean, fair. I don't want to deal with Seer.
Yeah. But yeah, Seer and Puppeteer, two pretty standard solid bands.
And then we're gonna see what the Survivors retaliate with good picks. We're gonna see a Magician and Gravekeeper, really solid characters in this meta right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm really excited to see like Magician being picked more. I think his gameplay is pretty exciting to watch.
I just think he's like absurdly strong. I mean, I don't know if I felt like he was strong before, but like we're gonna see a Gardener ban. So
Gardener ban.
Opera?
Opera's not off the table here for sure.
And I mean, Gardener's not really a ban you would pick unless you play Opera, so maybe we see an Opera here round one. That would be interesting. Non-conventional. Oh, Opera's still round two, but you know, not conventional round 100s anymore. That'll be fun to watch.
Koa 7 all over again. That's gonna be a Novelist pick.
Novelist pick, really solid character as well. Does really well into Opera as well, if we do see this Opera.
No,
Which I do hope to see.
Riphead's team comp is pretty solid so far.
Yeah, just really good picks in the current meta, that's for sure. But we're gonna see the last band being Antiquarian.
Yeah, so again, yeah, nothing out of the ordinary here with the Antiquarian band and the Fire Inquisitor being the last pick. So really nothing out of the ordinary here, nothing too shocking.
It's kind of rare to see Finns. I don't know. I always feel like we'll see a Finn, but we don't see Finns. He's a very popular character, but I don't see many people playing him. So
I see more of him in comp than I do in actual gameplay.
Really, I see him more in actual gameplay than I do in comp.
What tier are you?
Maybe NA. I'm Griffin 1.
Makes sense. I'm like consistently like high elk, low mammoth. I don't rank.
I need to rank more. I told myself this week I want to rank, and I never did it. But we're gonna see the selecting of talents here as well. So
yeah, just locking everything in right quick.
Yeah, but no, honestly, I told myself, yeah, I'm gonna get ranked on this week, and then I kept on getting bad games, and then I just stopped ranking. I just gave up.
Yeah,
I
honestly,
might rank after this though.
honestly, like one bad match can just turn the whole session sour. I did my 3 Hunter matches today. I got 2 ties and a win, so that's all right.
I think I got a bunch of losses. I got
damn.
I got a few bad apples for randoms. Like I had a perfumer
Oh.
who didn't know how to use their item.
Oof.
You know,
That's
it's like
annoying.
you click it right, and then it heals you if you go back. But I don't think Griffins have learned that yet.
They'll get there, maybe.
They'll get there one day, you know.
But,
And
yeah,
we
that's
do
gonna be
see
opera
the
singer.
opera singer here as well. So
Not that shocking considering that Gardner ban, honestly.
yeah. I mean, real. I don't know who else bans Gardener.
I have no clue. I'm sure
But-
there's like someone, but I'm just blanking.
I can't tell you. But yeah, we do see the picks here. Florian on 2-story, Magician on 4-stop, Novelist on 1st stop, and Gravekeeper on bridge.
So yeah, just the pretty standard moonlit spawns, and it seems like Opera Singer is going to be spawning near the Magician.
Yeah, good pick here. Might also jump onto the Gravekeeper as it forces him to go to Broken Carousel as well, which isn't the most greatest kiting area, so
Ooh,
we
yeah,
could see
possibly.
her either chase 4-stop here or just pressure the Gravekeeper.
Mhm.
And for traits here, we're gonna see a tied flywheel on the Novelist, and then both BT knee jerk on the Magician and Fire Investigator, and then we see BT tied on the Gravekeeper.
So yeah, nothing too crazy with the builds. Pretty standard. No, oh, there's a flywheel. Never mind.
Also, to Crest in the chat, I do see you. And hi. That's my homie. I love my homie.
Oh,
But
yeah.
anyways,
I made I forced some
commentating
reference a
takes
lot.
over homie, so. Do you agree?
It's like fries over guys, but commentating over guys.
Exactly. Get the feeling. Sorry.
We are gonna be getting
but
into the match already.
starting the match here. Goes for the
Ooh.
Magician here first, actually.
This is a pretty fast opera singer already,
He's a speedy. This is a low ping opera singer.
for sure.
Rolling, rolling, rolling. And yeah, we're gonna see the Magician here. Oh,
Ooh.
actually bypass the opera
Ooh.
here. Breaking ankles. Holy.
Already really good from this Magician.
But we do see one on cooldown for a little bit longer. Uses it early just to not get that hit, but we're gonna see the hit here
There it
anyways.
No, yeah, but this kiting area that Magician is in right now is pretty good. There are quite a few spots for the opera singer that. Ooh,
Oh, but the hit. I was gonna say it's good, but also against opera, it's kind of
yeah,
scary
there's just
for that reason
many spots to
alone.
dash.
Magician
spots to
using up
dash.
all wands here with a pretty significantly early down here.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna see.
The Gravekeeper's already nearby though, so.
Yeah, but uses shovel early here just to not get the double hit here. But doesn't actually shovel here, so Gravekeeper is just kind of stalling for right now. They don't want to rescue a little too early because they just want to buy time, but you know. Now they're gonna go in here. That makes sense.
Yeah, Gravekeeper is really good at buying time for rescues.
And then we're gonna see the double down coming from the opera here. So we're gonna see both a down on the Gravekeeper and soon to be Magician. So
yeah, Magician has very little resources, so there's a pretty good chance it's not going to be able to kite out this Tide Turner. So it is going to be a double down.
And we're gonna see that blink come out as well.
Yeah, there we go.
Double down here, and they also are a little bit behind Cyphers. Not really, because we do see that the Fire Investigator is healing up here, and then Novel is starting a new Cypher, but is coming over now for the rescue here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Novelist does have Tide Turner, so... Oh!
Actually, no, wait. No, he's not coming in. We're going to see Fire Invader instead. A little bit kind of risky
not gonna
here
make
because
it.
doesn't make
No.
it actually rough.
Yeah, I feel like at that point he had to bank on a chair hit, which he just couldn't get out,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be
The
magician
problem
sent
there,
off.
the area is a little too open for the rescue, so it's a little more scary and dangerous.
Yeah.
We are going to see the down on the fire investigator here, and ciphers are really at a standstill here. They're still down one whole cipher in progress, and they just kind of have to find a way to like not get Gravekeeper down here and actually get a consistent rescue here.
Switch from the novelist though, heading towards the chair. Gonna see. Will it be before half? Is my question. It is right before half.
We're over half, but we are probably going to see the double down here. No, actually
No.
just going to commit to the fire investigator.
I mean, honestly, I feel like the operator can afford it at this point.
But like I don't know if she knows, right? Because like they might have progress, right? But they don't know that, so it's more
Yeah,
of a
true.
safer bet here. And
I
plus,
guess
the
so.
opera doesn't need to play the most aggressive game here. Like they're already tying up.
Yeah.
Like they just need to play a safe game and they still win.
Yeah.
We're gonna see the down here on Novelist. Novelist got hit, but is trying and snipe a Novelist thing here. So, but Opera's kind of knew what he was doing. So really,
Yeah.
it's just gonna not happen. But he's gonna find an angle here. But I don't think Opera knows that, or Novelist knows that. But is gonna find an angle here as well. But we're not gonna see the rescue. But we're gonna see the pallet stun in return. And then we're gonna see the down here, unfortunately.
Right over the window.
I don't know if Opera caught where the decoded cipher is, but is gonna check the far one because didn't see the progress, but no, actually isn't gonna commit to that.
Yeah, locally there's gonna be a slugging game though, and at this rate, it's really looking like a 4K.
Actually, I don't know if Opera knows where the Gravekeeper is actually.
Oh, I don't think so. Yeah.
So I think she's just gonna check over by seconds, but no, is gonna go back. No, she's committing to find this Gravekeeper who isn't even on the side of the map. So
yeah,
this works out.
She does have teleport though.
She does have teleport, but does catch out the Gravekeeper because Gravekeeper did get on the cipher. So honestly, just buying time for someone to do something, and it just was the Gravekeeper.
Yeah.
But we do see Gravekeeper does have another shovel as well, so he can extend this kite to potentially get a pop off.
Yeah, the ciphers aren't actually the worst right now. Sure, they only have 2 people up, but no.
Ooh, missed the shovel, didn't get a go off. R.I.P.
Yeah. Just gonna be chairing the Gravekeeper though. Not gonna go for a slugging like she did with the novelist. But to be fair, if I didn't that right, the novelist was mostly just being slugged to buy time to.
But also, I think she also knew where the novelist was because of the decoding progress, and then also saw him cross bridge. So we are gonna see the novelist just get downed here.
Yeah, this is looking like a 4K.
Gonna be a 4K for H2O Hunter.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much. Moonwalk
is trying to mind game Moonwalk. I don't.
Yeah.
Bro is not IVGGs. Maybe they should make the ultimate Giga Hunter Opera Ivy. That isn't here yet, chat. So we are gonna see the kite here is gonna be another pallet stun onto this opera singer, and we're just gonna see him run for his money here. No, does not get the coaster. That is gonna be a unfortunate 4K for Riptide here. H2O is up 7-1.
Oof, so really
8-1? 8-1, yes.
Oh yeah, because the extra point in the 4K.
1 point, guys. Whoops. I'm slipping. I'm off my A game.
No, you got this. I'm putting you on your A game.
I'm gonna put on my A game. I'm gonna put on my A badge Wendy kind of face.
A badge Wendy.
Yeah. Not my C badge, Emil.
Sheesh.
My Emil squash gang. But
It's okay.
yeah, really good playing from the Opera here. The unfortunate part of Riptide is Riptide really got caught out a lot on things, especially during their camps and kites. It's just,
It was just like
unfortunate.
Yeah, it was just really like a lot of like early like pressuring and whatnot for the novelist's rescue, for one thing, and just really a lot of like you said, catching them out was inevitably what earned the opera singer that 4K. So yeah, really well played from both sides there, but especially well played from that opera singer managing to secure a 8-1 lead for Team H2O.
Yeah, so we need to see Riptide here pull all stops for this next round because they kind of need it here just to secure the win they need to get into a round 3 scenario here.
Yeah,
because they are down a lot of points.
We are going to be heading into the map bans and picks, and it's going to be H2O banning a map right now.
Yeah, what do you think we're gonna see? A sacred ban.
Sacred Heart.
Sacred's a very interesting ban. I think it's to stop, survivors running the game for
Yeah.
But it's still kind of a risky map to ban because there's a few other good maps you got out. Ever Sleeping's still available, and that's a really good balanced map. Leos can be scary for some people, and then there's Arms as well. Arms is pretty annoying especially if you have an Ivy.
Yeah.
Ivy's kind of scary there.
Yeah. I feel like she's just good on the smaller maps because she can just get around so fast and pressure even more.
Get around so fast. Plus the cipher layouts are kind of botching. So yeah, we could see potentially an Arms or an Ever Sleeping is what I bet. Maybe a Red Church if they have a Control Hunter on the loose.
Well, we'll have to see because Riptide is picking a map right now. Yeah. We'll likely discussing, but we're just gonna have to wait.
We'll see right away.
Let's see, come on. Arms. Leos.
No, Leos.
Arms is cousin. I actually used to not like Leos so much, but it's grown on me quite a bit.
I don't know, I still don't like the map. I hate it as a hunter.
As a hunter, I despise it, but I've been playing Survivor a lot more in the recent months, so I guess that's what does it for me.
I don't know, I like the winter map though, but like it's not base. It's like its own thing.
Yeah.
Hashtag make daytime Leos permanent because it's so beautiful. The map is so beautiful.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And never bring back Red Church Halloween edition. That map is bugged.
Red Church Halloween's like hard to see on.
No. The problem is that you can get trapped in basement. Like the fake basement. Okay, I was playing this one match and I was playing Percy and I terror shocked a forward on a window and I got sent into the basement that was blocked.
Ooh, dude.
So yeah, that map is cursed. It's a demon.
Also, H2O is going to be hunting first for round 2. So it's going to be Riptide Survivors versus H2O's Hunters once again.
So this is the kind of we need Survivors to get the win here as well for Riptide to really get the ball rolling for them anyways. Because if they can get like a win for Survivors, then it makes the Hunter life so much more easier for a win. So we need all that they can for the win.
We're gonna have to really see the Survivors lock in right here, pull something together.
Yeah, me when I lock in.
Lock in.
Lock in, gang.
You gotta lock in.
I'm locked in right now.
I'm tweaking. I gotta lock in.
Actually, no, I'm not locked in, dog. I don't even know the rules anymore.
We're both tweaking.
Thank goodness we have Lulzy, our ghost. Maybe this is what we have seances for. Oh my god, we can summon Lulzy at all time. Lulzy
What
ghost
the hell?
comes around. Oh, yeah. Do a British ghoul scream, like, ooh. Gotta make it
British
like British.
ghoul.
British ghoul, yeah.
British ghoul.
So
But yeah, we're just gonna be waiting to waiting for everyone to get ready and whatnot. Just
yeah,
waiting a little
since
bit longer, but we should be good soon.
we have not seen any conventional hunter picks, so honestly, we could see some crazy stuff today as well.
For sure, because the big two, Goatman and Hullabaloo, are available for round 2, but they're also available to ban.
Yeah, which is probably gonna be the more likely scenario.
Yep. And let's see who the first 2 bans are.
We're
Gonna
gonna
be
see
yep.
a puppeteer.
Same as last time.
Same as last time. Probably without the Gardener ban though, because
Yeah. Opera's
unless they got like locked in bans.
But yeah, it's gonna be the Hullabaloo banned out from the Survivor side though, so honestly, fair enough. They're probably, if that's the case, they're likely more prepared to go against a Goatman in this situation.
And we're gonna see a mind's eye.
No, stop.
Listen, mind's eye.
No, stop.
Yeah.
Mind's
Listen,
eye.
she's not D tier. To all the mind's eye haters, she's like B tier. Come on, guys.
But
Mind's
third
eye
ban-
stonks are in the roof right now.
What's up?
Well, the ghost of lying Lulzy is appearing right now, and he's saying lies that you cannot hear. Ooh! But besides the lies, we have truths, and the truth is, Psychologist was banned. Gardener is also banned.
Again.
Interest Officer is picked. I don't know what's with these Gardener bans. Maybe they have another opera. No, they like unbanned it. They unbanned it themselves.
Maybe the Hunter just really hates going against Gardner.
But we're gonna see Painter. This is a interesting team comp. We got the Mind's Eye.
Mind's Eye and Painter, I'm
Man.
a little bit shocked to see, but honestly, I feel like if Riptide really has to pull something together right now to get into a better position for potential round 3, it's like, do what you have to do. Really do what you have to do in this scenario.
I mean, the one thing, the Mind's Eye's a little bit of a weird one. I don't agree with that one, but the rest of this comp makes sense. You know, they're all really good tie characters.
Yeah.
So, you know, seeing the Mind's Eye is a little questionable, but like, if they can make it work, they can make it work. I mean, we've seen what chess players, they've been like rocking Mind's Eye round 1s for like forever. Actually, they did round 1, round 2 as well, but they've been rocking it. So, if it works for them, it can work here as well. So,
True. We're gonna see a Mind's Eye 5 Cypher Kite.
Mind's Eye 20 Cypher Kite, literally infinite Cypher Kite.
Hell yes, dude.
300 seconds, more like 3,000. We gotta keep it up in this world.
Let's see it. But yeah, so that's going to be the Survivor's build. They're locked in. We're gonna have to wait and see who this Hunter's gonna choose against this comp. There it is, Goatman. Pretty standard.
Pretty scary too. But yeah, the Goatman here is kind of scary for you know, round 2.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
Leo's is kind of a tricky map though because of all the random debris that's everywhere.
honestly, yeah. There's kind of a lot of random stuff around.
But if they can make it work, they can make it work. But the Mind's Eye is a little more hard to play because the debuff for vaulting is even worse in cages.
It's so bad.
So basically, she has to kite like raw pretty much all the time because if she vaults any window, she dies unless she has the faster vaulting. But
yeah, speaking of kiting in this for this Mind's Eye, she does have a full kite build as well as full kite on the Embalmer with flywheel, borrowed time on the Painter, and borrowed time tide turner on the First Officer. We're gonna be seeing pretty standard spawns, at least in my opinion, with Embalmer in middle, Painter up by Shack, Mind's Eye in Factory, as well as First Officer off to the left there with Goatman to the right. Probably gonna go for the Embalmer if I had to guess.
I mean, usually they would go like to the other opposite side, but like I think Officer doesn't want to be caught out early, especially against Goatman.
Yeah.
So opting to get as far away as possible is really smart, but we might see the chase onto Embalmer, but if Wildling can get away with what they do, that's scary. if the Mind's Eye sweep is what I'm trying to say.
Mind's Eye sweep. I can't help but notice that everyone in the chat was really excited to see that Mind's Eye come out, so we're just gonna have to see if the Mind's Eye is gonna bring the excitement forth in the round 2 first half of H2O's Hunter versus Riptide Survivor. Survivors plural, not one. That's the limited S tier. Ooh.
I feel like every Goatman has a limited S tier that plays.
I have it. I don't even play Goatman and I have it.
Give me your account. Anyways, match started. We're gonna see that Embalmer does set up the coffin here, but isn't gonna chase the Embalmer, but gonna opt for the Painter here, which is
Painter and Shack.
Or just gonna place down a peeper here just to like slow down the kiting and maybe get a chase off here. But we're gonna see the miss right there. It's kind of a really wonky cage because yeah, that was a little bit of a weird cage there, but we're gonna see the mind games happening here from actually messes it up a little bit. Oh, double prediction on the Painter here. Wow. Painter taking names here.
Painter,
but yeah, but we're gonna see the unfortunate hit here, but we're gonna see the Painter getting his painting anyways, so and just waiting for the Goatman to get his resentment back. So they're kind of both stuck in a neutral position here, which is good because that means, but he's kind of trapped here actually. No, he's gonna get hit actually.
Oh, missed the flywheel, but does take the chip, so really have to.
But we'll see what he does here. Is not gonna look at it, but lost the target. And he's gonna look at the painting as well, so Painter gets away with it scot-free.
Yeah, super good kite from this Painter so far, I must say.
This Painter is really doing the kite well here, but we're gonna see the unfortunate down as well. But since it's also Painter, who probably has max news, doesn't actually have max news. I lied. Is just gonna stay on the chair for a while and doesn't really need to get rescued early. But we're gonna see First Officer coming quickly, anyways.
Yeah, coming in for the relatively early-ish rescue on this Painter.
But we're gonna see the First Officer go the other way, which if the Goatman just blocks him off, no, actually gonna trap him with him as well in here. Is gonna get the rescue though, so are we gonna see a double down though? No, we're gonna straight up go for the Painter here.
Just go for that Painter, yeah.
That's fair, you know. I'm not gonna go for the double down. Don't want to get too greedy, because survivors still can win. So.
Yeah, no, the ciphers are actually looking pretty alright. We have one at 74, one at 40, and one about to go to 50. So, really not in the worst position for the survivors right now, considering Painter's only been chaired once. And because it is Painter, there is a little bit of extra time on that chair that the survivors can stall before they get the rescue with.
Yeah, and also too, the ciphers are pretty good along, but we do see that it's a Mind's Eye over here.
Oh, yeah.
And does see the trail is gonna do abnormal here.
Abnormal, switch to abnormal from Peeper, so that's
but
after
is not
trait for endgame.
Yeah, he's gonna have trait pop for endgame. No teleport, no whatnot. But we're also gonna see the cell on the Painter, which actually no, because we're gonna see the Mind's Eye actually go in for the rescue, and actually steps in it, meaning it's a guaranteed self for the
Yeah.
painter, unfortunately. And we're gonna see probably the Mind's Eye get a hit on right here. This is still manageable, I believe. Like they can no. Oh wait, no, the flywheel though. That was good, and also the miss hit on there.
Yeah, but there
But
we
we do
go.
see the hit here.
Yeah,
So
not the longest kite from the mind's eye. However, there was a really good flywheel, I gotta say.
that was a good flywheel, but it didn't buy the time they needed because they don't have a full cipher ready yet.
Uh-huh.
And by the time that Goman has abnormal up again, he could realistically just harass the cipher as well. Given that it is an
He
embalmer,
could.
they have no way to stopping it.
Yeah.
And also for Saucer's over there as well, which means they can just slug him down too. So
Uh-huh. Yeah,
maybe
he's gonna
just wait
be
out.
just pretty much abandoning the mind's eye's chair for a bit, but gonna be heading back when right after the embalmer rescued her.
Oh, actually just opts to leave. Which means he doesn't use abnormal on the cipher, which means that it can still be popped.
Mm-hmm.
If Embalmer goes for an early rescue here, giving no time for Goman to breathe, it literally just secures them a good position for a, end game.
Uh-huh.
Which is kind of what they need right now.
It really is. Yeah, there's gonna
Yeah,
be
we
basement, so
basement, but Embalmer just got here in time, so this is still a very good situation for these players. And honestly, all that needs to happen is, a pop here,
there we go.
and they'll be fine. Embalmer's gonna try and eat the hit for the Mind's Eye, because his coffin is not sure where, but he can just res himself here.
Coffin,
Or he's just gonna wait until he gets picked up first, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, the unfortunate block of the cage and has no flywheel is up in unfortunately 5 seconds. Gets the Mind's Eye down.
Happens to the best of us, really.
Yeah, but we are gonna see the pickup on the Embalmer here, probably.
Yeah, his coffin is actually pretty nearby. It's up on the
Yeah,
second
that's
story
the only
factory.
issue. It's upstairs still.
Yeah.
Probably should have moved it given what the current state of the match was, but maybe if he's just gonna die here.
Yeah.
Probably. Goman, all he needs to do is basic hit him and cage him off. Yeah, that's unfortunate for the Embalmer.
Yeah,
So
it's
we're
gonna be
gonna
a one
see
escape.
a one escape happening here. Unfortunate for Riptide here. They had a really, really good start. I don't want to stress enough. The painter kite was amazing.
It really was.
It was like long. It was just amazing. So
it really was.
props to like really having that great early game, which unfortunately devolved into a really not bad end game. It just kind of didn't get the pickup on the painter, didn't got the down, but Goman didn't really punish the cipher, so they got away with that. But it was just unfortunate that the Embalmer didn't really res there, especially since Coffin is literally upstairs, so that was a little bit of a miscomm there.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So that's unfortunate.
But no, all things considered, really well played from both sides there. There was ups and there was downs, but really my favorite part was definitely that painter's kite. That was just wow, that was an impressive kite. Like all things, just like generally.
Yeah, if Z's got that rebound, who knows how long that would have been.
Ooh, for sure.
Because that was a really good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're gonna see Riptide hopefully try and make a comeback here. They need to get a 4K, so pull out all the stops here. You need to pull out your deadliest hunter, your top dog here, and hopefully get that 4K for round 3.
Yeah, really, I feel like we could see like one of those high risk, high reward hunters like that you need to secure a 4K with, or we could see a more meta pick or even a comfort pick for the hunter right now. We're really just gonna have to wait and see. What do you think?
Honestly, Either is valid. I think meta hunters are still relevantly, you know,
Mhm.
killers. You know, they'll win regardless. But maybe something like an Ivy wouldn't be as deadly as something as a Hollow Blue here, for example, is because Ivy's good. Don't get me wrong, she's a top character. But like, if your Ivy confidence isn't at the max, it isn't the most consistent hunter you want for a win per se.
Yeah.
So we kind of just have to see what the hunter plans here and what they want to really consider their ride or die character here.
Yeah. It's just a matter of time. We're just waiting on all the survivors and Hunter, you know, to ready up, you know, make sure everything's good to go before we head into picks and bans and whatnot. But yeah, there we go, just heading right into the picks and bans.
Gonna start right off the gate here.
Oh, let's see. Current hover is mechanic and seer for the first two survivor
Mechanic and
bans.
Seer, yeah, you just want to kind of ban out the characters that are just annoying to deal with. Here.
Yeah.
You know, your mechs, your seers, your gamekeeper ban, so they might be a proficient gamekeeper player, and gamekeeper also has the issue of being such a volatile character. He can win really hard, but he can lose really hard, and they want to open up that wildling, so they probably have a proficient wildling player as well. So,
Yeah.
but anyways, all they need to do is secure a tie, or a one man. So if they play like really annoying characters like this, they can really win off that. So maybe we see a Hollow Blue, because wildling loses heavily to Hollow Blue still. So maybe we can see one of those.
I mean, he is available. He isn't global or global band or just regular band, so
He's untouched, you know, untapped potential.
yeah. I mean, round 2 second half, we haven't seen him yet, and that's very odd standard for most tournaments. However, we did see a feaster round 1, so anything's possible.
Anything is possible.
Oh, Toy Merchant. Actually, she's not the worst in this map, you know.
I mean, Toy Merchant is pretty renowned. I don't know. Point is, she's really good with that one catapult area. But otherwise, I don't know. She's more of a rank character to me than a comp character. Her support is good, but not. It's inconsistent, especially since her item based, and given that their team has no item spots, because Psychologist has her whistle and then her boar for wildling. So it's a little bit of a weird one. Yeah, Toy Merchant feels weird in this comp now.
Yeah, the 4th pick with the Embalmer, there's very little synergy for the Toy Merchant, which they're probably just going to try and take advantage of the catapults, considering...
So they're going to take mainly, you know, for the catapults, but, you know, you can see the potential used for more than just the catapult and her other support, like giving you free items that can be really good and game-changing, but we aren't going to see it in this match, unfortunately. So we're going to see the other half, you know, the more important one, you know, the catapult.
Yeah.
Not chucking items that give you like buffs, or she gets self buffs. I can't remember if it's self buffs or like gives people buffs.
I like the idea of Toy Merchant pulling a gun from a chest and just throwing a gun at you in the garden.
Here, take pin.
Just throw an AK-47 at the kiter. But yeah, just gonna be waiting on survivors choosing the builds and whatnot right now, and shortly after we're gonna see that most exciting hunter pick. Now, it's important to note again that Riptide is really gonna have to pull something together if they want to get ahead in points enough to the point where they would want to make it to round 3. So yeah, that's gonna be survivors locking everything in. Yep. Let's see.
Channel all your energy. Come on, Riptide.
Let's see.
You gotta like fusion it like Dragon Ball Z type stuff.
Let's see it.
It's just Dragon Ball, I guess. Whoops. We're gonna see Geisha.
Okay.
Not necessarily the most pronounced win hunter, but if you're really good at Geisha and also can stop, you know, Toy Merchant, pretty scary, but like not the best character against Wildling. Because if Wildling's harassing, you can't really stop his harassment because Geisha's just a little too slow for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, unfortunately. Like, she...
But otherwise... Oh, you go.
I was just gonna say, like, she can, like, pull distance back and whatnot, but she's just not, like, really, like, especially at, like, lower presence, really just not fast enough.
We're gonna see,
Huh.
They're playing Ring Around the Rosie, they're, like, catching each other. Oh no!
Aww.
Oh no,
Oh,
a
they're
Bulba's
playing
gonna get you,
tag.
Wildling! Stop!
They're playing
Caught him.
tag, how sweet.
Okay, Muro died. R.I.P. Muro.
Rest in peace. But
we're gonna see the Geisha spawn top, which is
yeah.
pretty interesting, but also, then again, I don't really think you should ever want to deal with this area given that there's a toy merchant on the loose and Balmer on the loose. It would be such a miserable chase, but
On the loose.
yeah, we're gonna see the Ada chase, of course, but interesting enough, we don't see Sui build on the Embalmer, but instead on the Wildling.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a flywheel tie on the Wildling, as well as high turn and borrow time on the toy merchant, borrow time flywheel on the psychologist, and knee-jerk reflex borrow time on the Embalmer.
I've never understood this. Tied flywheel. What if you could flywheel on the board? I don't think you can, but that would be fire. That would be so much fun if you could flywheel with the board. Legit, and he's buff Wildling so he can flywheel with board. Literally, it would be crazy.
Oh my god. Listen, it can't be much worse than earlier I was playing Quick Match and I got a Wildling with a full kite.
I mean, he's he's a really bad. He's a weak kiter. He's like next to
Honestly, true.
Helena. He's like -50 decoding speed that for. He's a bad kiter. Anyways, we're getting onto the match here. We're gonna see the Wildling take a. Wildling is just gonna perma harass, I guess, because he's kind of just chasing after the Geisha.
Yeah, honestly, that is gonna be toy merchant using your catapult to get up to the second story of factory though, so already pretty good, like immediately, you know, from the survivor's side. Geisha's still trying to choose a target.
I think she's just trying to find the toy merchant up here, which is probably the intended play here. But we do see a lot of early rotations with a very slow cipher start because Wildling was kind of chasing to middle here, just kind of like deny him a loss here. But yeah, we're gonna see the toy merchant chase early here.
Yeah.
Which is gonna lead to a hit here.
Yeah, there we go.
And then we're gonna see the catapult here coming in as well to a break.
Yeah, just getting it out of the way completely.
Going the long way around actually for. Yeah, just gonna get the Wildling to help support the kite here, which kind of makes sense, but also it's a little too early given their cipher progress here. But if it works out, it works out, right? And then body blocks the Geisha dash. This man's a menace. Get him out of the game. But that was a little bit of a premeditated like Wildling dash. So that was a little scary, but we're gonna see the down here as well.
Yeah, still harassing though, even after the.
Oh, the Blink's there to block the. Oh my goodness.
Like,
you know, I feel like I've watched this Wildling like play before, and they've like always had these blinks ready for this man's board. So really, just kind of shutting down the harassment here with a good blink. So
for sure, it's like a little excitement.
Yeah, a little excitement. More like a dash, you know. Just gotta get out of the way, but
yeah.
Gonna kind of wait for this rescue here. So the only issue now is that Boar's gonna be up and she has no blink, so what is she gonna do here? Because she did not get the hit off of Wildling, which I feel like should have happened just in case, you know, just to scare him off a little bit. But we are gonna see the hit here, and they also are down a cipher as well, so if this Wildling messes up his kite again, this can be catastrophic or something like that. I don't know words.
Catastrophic?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. It's also important to note that the toy merchant is embalmed right now.
It's actually embalmed. This is even better for them because he can harass. And like,
Wow,
you
yeah.
know, it's not gonna be on. Yeah, that's kind of just waiting at the board timer. I would say that's a little bit of a good play here because realistically, all they're doing right now is stalling time because this
Yeah.
boar is just nasty, just
Mm-hmm.
evil incarnated.
And they're gonna embalm the toy merchant, and the coffin is up.
Ooh, and
Ooh!
then charges to that wastes the dash. That is
Yeah.
unfortunate here. And yeah, we're gonna see that both the Ada and the Wildling are over here, which is a little bit of a interesting play, or maybe the Ada is just kind of just waiting around just to work on the cipher here.
Mm-hmm.
Both are very plausible scenarios that we're gonna see her working on it, but misses because of the obstacle block here as
Oh,
well, and we do
yeah.
see the Wildling coming back in.
He's always here.
But we do see the boar hit, and we do see the catapult is actually still up. I thought they removed it. Maybe I'm going crazy.
I forget. I don't think. Well, obviously not, but.
But like, yeah, we're gonna see just a really good kite
Ooh.
here from this toy merchant, and we do see the blink miss as well. That's gonna buy a lot of time for a prime
Wow.
cipher here. This is not looking good for Riptide here. This is gonna be a pop into like a
Oh.
boar real quick. This is just kind of spells the end for Riptide here. They need to get it down as soon as possible without any trouble, but we're going to see the catapult being used again here, but actually misses the actual area of factory, so really, she just got to down someone else.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to see the pallet stun on... Wow, Ada just pallet stunned the geisha here, and now she's just kind of got no one. She could have gotten maybe Wildling as well, because Wildling was on board here, but could not down the Ada enough in time for Wildling to get away. It's gonna be a 3-man here. Unfortunate for Riptide.
Yeah. God, it's just the support that match. Despite the over support from that wildling, the decoding was oh.
And breaks out as well. This is not looking good
Wow.
whatsoever. And we also got Boar up as well. Boar can be really scary here.
No, there we go.
But even then, Boar is still up as well, so potentially it really risks hard enough. But we're gonna see the... She just gotta wait. Actually, no, Boar... That's a little bit of a misplay here, but he also does have Flywheel, so he moves faster as well, so potentially he doesn't even get to... Oh, yeah, no, it's a 3-man. Unfortunate. Geisha played that endgame really well.
Yeah.
But besides the unfortunate, you know...
There we go.
Struggle out. But yeah, that is going to be the end for Riptide here. H2O gets to move on.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that was it, wasn't it?
That was brutal.
Wow.
Yeah, honestly, props to the early game Geisha here, but the problem with Geisha is Geisha isn't the most is very susceptible to his Wildling here, especially. Yeah, I don't know what else Riptide could have done here, because the Wildling support was abundant, but like, it did what it had to do, which was harass, you know, be just annoying to deal with. Wildling didn't actually hit any hits, but that doesn't matter, right? As long as you're there and just being, you know, a threat, it's, you know, just as bad.
Yeah, there's just like constant, like whether the harassment was actually, you know, like taking effect or doing anything, just the idea of the wildling being there as that threat was more than enough to buy time.
Yeah, maybe they should have permaban Wildling, you know? Maybe that's the key we learned. Either main Hullabaloo or just ban out Wildling, because that is just annoying to deal with.
Yeah. God. The Wildling played really well that match, I can't even lie.
Yeah, like they could not do anything. Geisha had to always worry about some wildling just coming in for maybe a boar hit or not, didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And also, don't forget the other support with the embalmering as well.
Yeah.
So basically just a bunch of characters that Geisha really can't deal with in a span of time, especially in this kind of scenario. So it kind of just, unfortunately, just made the game end like this on a unfortunate note. But
Yeah.
GG's to both teams. Riptide, you did really good. H2O really good. But we're gonna see them go to the finals real quick. So yeah.
The semifinals, yeah. No,
Semi.
both teams in all the matches they played just did really well that match, those sets, but that Geisha match was just brutal to watch with the wildling constant harassment and the support. It all just really came together for H2O survivors. So yeah, really well done from both teams, and congratulations to Team H2O for surpassing the quarterfinals into the semifinals.
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's gonna be it. Really, there's no more matches for this set. That's just gonna be the win. So it does look like that's gonna be the end for us right now. Do you have anything else to say?
All I gotta say is congrats to H2O for getting semis, and congrats to Riptide for getting this far. Both teams played really well, and I'm looking forward to what the outcome for next week for H2O is anyways, because we gotta find out who they're playing against after a few matches.
Absolutely. I mean, both teams made it here for a reason. Like, both teams throughout this entire tournament have played consistently well, and you know, they're not here for no reason. These teams, like, this is like high level gameplay we're seeing, especially with the surprise picks. You're not going to see this anywhere else. So yeah, it's only a matter of time before we see more gameplay and more matches in the coming sets happening. There's another stream happening right now, I believe, and there's more matches happening tomorrow. So yeah.
But with that was me, Bortley, and Milo, saying goodbye to you guys. Have a good rest of your day, or watch the rest of the other stream, and then tune in for tomorrow for the matches upcoming tomorrow. See you guys.